Hi folks, it's Nick here. Thank you for joining me as I get this thing off computer. This one is Super Ski on the Commodore Amiga, published by Microids or Loriciel in 1988. It's known in the US, I think, as Downhill Challenge. It's no cool borders for 1 to 6 players. We have various tasks to do. I think there's 4 different types of ski sort of games in this one. So we'll see how this one plays. There are quite long loading times, so I will edit those down. So if you play it for real, you might see it takes a bit longer to get through. So there's training or real competition. It's probably best if you've got some other players with you to play this, but it's just me here, so we'll just see how the thing goes on one player. 3 different runs: blue run, red run and black run, the black run being the most dangerous. Now the European version had a license of Eddie the Eagle Edwards, who was a bit of a failed skier in the UK, but it was a bit of an achievement to get to the Olympics anyway. So here we go. Right, now, you've got controls are left and right. By doing down, you can increase your speed because the player ducks down there, and by lifting up, you can slow down again. Right, quite a bit of undulation here, but you'd expect that on a skiing game. A flat skiing game would be rubbish. We must go in between these flags on the quickest time possible. Frame rate isn't brilliant, but the Amiga is doing what it potentially can do. Scrolling okay, I suppose. I don't think it was a game I would have spent a great bit of time on. You can hear the sound of the skis going over the snow. Sounds very similar actually to a game called Space Racer, another game from Loriciel. Now, there was an interesting outfit, them. Their games, you could tell it was pretty much by them each time. I don't know why. Maybe it's the colour palette or the graphics or the way it moves. So, cool borders, it is not. It is pretty average. Now, it does have a sequel called Super Ski 2. Well done, well remembered, Nick. Which we might come to at some stage. So, if you get an expert on this, get up your speed, get some jumping going on, and well, get the quickest time you can. So the only interest I think with this one is if you've got some other friends there to try and beat their time. If you go off the course, you might go into a terrible death spin. But yes, if you had this one, let me know. I think it also came out on the Commodore 64. Not sure about the ZX Spectrum. So either a Super Ski or Downhill Challenge. Downhill Challenge does sound a more interesting name. A trickier game would have been Uphill Challenge on skis. Right, so we've got past a checkpoint. See time's ticking down. Well, it was ticking down in the middle there, and we've fallen over. Hooray! Is it? I don't know. So the game is okay. Microids, well, okay if you got it for a couple of pounds, but it doesn't really... Yeah, it's not super duper brilliant, but it's not awful either. So we'll try the few other bits here. Let's go. Shall we go for a black run, or should we just get out of here and try one of the other things? So 4 different things. We competed there, but didn't do a very good time. Maybe it's best to do to training, and then we don't have to do everything in order. There's sort of like ski jump as well. We'll have another run first of all, then we'll probably do a bit of training. Let's just see what the black run is like, because I've already mastered that blue run. That's really easy. No, it isn't. I fell off. Yeah, this sound's getting on my nerves. Do check out the review of Space Racer. It's not really skiing, to be honest with you. You're in a ship going down, but it sounds identical to this. So this sounds either skis going over snow, or well, it's white noise, isn't it? Really, or the noise of a futuristic space engine. Don't know if the two come out at similar times. So as a kid, you could get involved with this one if you was into skiing. I'm all over the place here. Whoa, and I've fallen over and broke my neck, have I? Where's the ambulance? So this is Slalom. This is one of the options. We'll have a quick go at the other ones, but I won't doodle on here because we've pretty much seen how the game plays straight away. Yeah, if you get used to the course, I suppose you could like pelt down like a superstar, but this is my first ever go of it. Now, I reviewed quite a few Amiga games. I know there's a few classics left to do. This one isn't a classic, but we've got Super Ski 2 on the list. If there's any that you want me to cover, I haven't covered already, then put them below. I might see if I can load them up. Quite often I can't get them to work, so that's the reason why you might have not seen some of the best ones. I've told Defender of the Crown is a classic one, so I might have to come to that at some stage also, as well as It Come From the Desert. And I've come from the hospital. Well, I will be going there after this. Not in real life, of course. My characters, I think I broke all the bones on his body. N. If you played this with 5 other people, let me know. Was it exciting? Was that one hell of a party? Or had the beer run out quite early? Exit. I'm trying to think of some skiing games on the Commodore Amiga. I might have covered it. My favourite, I suppose, because I do like simple games, will be Horace Goes Skiing. Right, let's try out this thing. Let's see what that is. Or Ski Jump, actually. That's more exciting. And there's also a bit of Daley Thompson's Super Test, where you did ski jump as one of the events that Daley Thompson was supposed to be doing. As if. That was quite cool as well. Right, if you know a good skiing Amiga game, let me know. Right, here we go. I'm going down the ski jump. Lift. Was that it? Was that it? I think maybe I should have done some more things with the buttons here to do some stunts. Why do I keep falling over? There's probably a tactic there. Style of jump, all that. Well, Nick, you really should read the instructions, but you never do. The idea of this channel is to see what the game would have felt like to a kid on his first or second go, when he won't necessarily have read all the instructions unless they look particularly pretty. Then try and get a bit of an idea. Would you have come back and spent some time on it? Would you have built up some memories of nostalgia? For this one, I would have gone on to it once in a blue moon. It wouldn't have been one of my go-to games, because it's a little bit, I have to say, it's a little bit dull. It's a little bit boring. If the it's trying to be a simulation, if it had like guns and stuff like arcade, I might have warmed to it a little bit more. But if you bought it when the Winter Olympics was going on, I suppose you might have got a bit of fun out of it, playing it at the same time. But yeah, I'm glad the colour palette isn't completely white. They've tried to make it very, very light blue, I suppose. That makes it a bit more entertaining on the eye. Maybe it's a bit later on in the day at the time, or maybe it's just a big fluke. So this giant slalom, I suppose, is the same as slalom, but a little bit longer. Boob. I've done something wrong. I can't remember the rules here. I think I've been supposed to be going left of the red flags and right of the blue ones, or vice versa. Get a time penalty, I think, if you don't do what's required. But I'm poodling along here very, very slowly. The problem with this is the viewing distance ahead of you is so short that if you go fast, you're very quickly gonna have no time to react whatsoever. There we go. See, look, I'm off the screen already. Surprised it didn't reset or something. So not the greatest game in the world. I don't know what ratings it would have got at the time. I'm guessing middle of the road type stuff. I try not to look at the reviews before I review it in case I'm influenced, so I want to see if I like it or not, rather than going with the crowd. It's good to have a balanced review rather than knowing what you're going to say before you've actually loaded the game up itself. But yeah, this is quite poor. I'm bored. You know, maybe I'm being a bit cruel on it. It's animating okay for the era, I suppose. But yeah, it's not gripping me. I'm in a state of ungripness. It's doing the bare minimum, this game. Right. Now, if there was an option to race against the computer at the same time, that'd be great. You can compete against the computer, but you have to watch his run first of all. So you'll be waiting for like 2 or 3 minutes for him to do his bit, and then you have to you know, beat them. If it was split screen somehow, like Lotus 2 or 1, then it might have had a bit of fun if you've seen them on the other side of the screen. But then, of course, the draw rate would have been worse. Where am I? I've ended up in a field now. Like, oh dear, I'm in some person's field. Where's the ski slope? Hello? Here it is. Hello, everyone, I'm back. I'm back for good. Whatever I did, I didn't mean it. I just want to ski for good. Right, downhill we go. Yeah, it's pretty boring, this, isn't it, really? You've seen it, although there's different modes, they all seem to be very similar, apart from the ski jump, which takes a bit to master, I guess. You've pretty much seen the whole game very quickly, and there's nothing much more to say. Yeah, it struggles when you go to top speed, doesn't it, really? No option to save your high scores. It resets every time. Yeah. Man, how long have I been playing this? It seems like about 50 days. Good, right, we will see, I think now I've covered a lot of the best of Amiga games, apart from ones I can't get to work. So a lot of the time we will be seeing stuff that's a bit average or poor. I do hope to see some hidden gems every now and again. Still need to do Secret of Monkey Island 2, so maybe there's some hope yet, and Populous as well, and a game called Megalomania. But they're a bit more involved, those ones. And also, a game I spent a lot of time on. I don't know why I haven't reviewed it yet. Probably because it's going to be a super long review if I did. Frontier Elite 2. And I ended up in a ball of snow again. Right, where's the ski slope, everyone? Where is it? Oops, past that tree. This is the anti-James Bond. This is what James Bond would have done if he hadn't read the instructions. Right, it's going to be the end of this soon. I think after this we'll have one last go at the ski jump, see if I can get any more fun out of it. Then we'll never load this ever again, unless in error. I hope Super Ski 2 is better than this one. Hope it adds a bit of extra variety. I'm not sure we'll come to that next week, but it's on the list. We'll come to it at some point. Unless I'm bombarded in the comment section with please review Super Ski 2, and then I'll probably balk to peer pressure and have to do it. Whoa. Man, I'm not getting any better, am I? I'm getting worse. Well, I hope you know, if you own a Commodore Amiga or emulation, whether you want to track this down or not, I sense from this you're edging towards hell no. But I might be wrong, you might love this. Admittedly, it's my first go, so it might be that you need to do the practice on, but yeah. I like Turbo Cut by Loriciel, all the other ones is a bit and also it's a bit of a weird angle, that one, so perhaps I don't like it. What, Nick, what are you talking about? Do you like it or not? Well, no. Right, load, as I say, very long load times. With the power of editing and clever sound manipulation in commentary, I will edit that out. I'm smarter than the average bear. Right, one last go at ski jump, and then that's that. Microids, hemorrhoids more like. So, published first of all by Microids, I think in the US, as Downhill Challenge, then picked up by Loriciel in France, filtered through to Europe as Super Ski, with Eddie Eagle Edwards on the front. Do a Google of Eddie Eagle Edwards. Oh dear, and that's pretty much what used to happen to Eddie. We all applauded him, but well done to him. I can't stand this anymore, so I hope you liked having a look at that one. That was Super Ski on the Commodore Amiga, published in 1988, as I say, or Downhill Challenge in the US. Got any comments about this game, similar games, or anything retro, then please put that below. You're always more than welcome. Always good to have some comments circling around, makes the channel look a bit more active. Until next time, way boof. Yeah, exciting stuff. Until next time, take great care of yourself, and a very fond goodbye.
Goodbye.